And that is probably one of the biggest experiences in life, to have kids.
It's wonderful. I can't describe it any other way. It's absolutely wonderful. But it puts I feel, it's going to sound really stupid, I'd feel happier with the idea of dying now that I have kids. If I had no kids and left nobody behind, I think dying would be very sad. There'd be a bunch of supercars sitting somewhere rusting or sold to somewhere else. My house would be taken over by someone else. There's no legacy of me. So having kids is definitely good for that. But also I think it kind of brings into perspective what's important, you know? I think I was a bit wilder before I had kids because the idea of going broke didn't scare me, which sounds crazy, you know, even being who me and Andrew were. It's just like, okay, you know, I mean, we have 31 cars between us. We're very reckless with money, and I still am because I earn a lot. But I think our second supercar, when we bought that, it wiped out our entire bank balance. I wouldn't do that now. I wouldn't wipe out my entire bank balance for some frivolous purchase, which is going to go down in value. I wouldn't do that now. It's made me ever so slightly more responsible because I understand that I now have someone who depends on me. Not just someone who depends on me like my mom, who could get a job if anything went wrong. She's 2. So like she depends on me and it's my job to provide for her. So it's a really cool feeling. It really is. And watching them grow up is a pleasure.
Do you think there's a right time for someone to have kids? Or do you think sometimes you just can't even control it?
No, I don't think there's a right time to have kids. I think it's dependent on the person. I really do think it's dependent on the person. I believe that having kids intentionally when your life is messed up is a very cruel thing to do to somebody. You know, my parents' lives were in order when they had a family, and then it all went to shit. So it became bad, and it could all go to shit for me. You never know. But I think that as long as you have a stable enough job, you're happy enough in your relationship, you know, people are always waiting for, no, let's wait until our relationship is this many times better, or we've been together this many years, etc. I feel like having kids refreshes and rejuvenates things. So, yeah, I don't think there's a right time. I think just, you know, whenever you feel like it.
Yeah.
I actually wish I'd had kids earlier. Now that this is going to sound crazy, but if I could turn back time, some of the ex-girlfriends who I lost when I was 22, 23, 24, when I was flat broke dating these women, I wish I'd got them all pregnant. That'd be cool. Because hear me out. Right now, I'd have like a small army of 15 to 16-year-old people who would be like on my team helping me run the empire. But I don't. So that would have been a massive gamble, though, because actually back then I didn't have shit either. So like literally paying for like rent and food for these kids would have been a problem. But yeah, knowing if I knew how things were going to work out for myself, I would have been less careful about getting these certain women pregnant, let's say. Because imagine it's me and Andrew. We're at the point we are. And you go, oh, do you have kids? And I'm like, yeah, I got these 12, 13-year-old boys. I got 4 of them. That'd be very cool. Yeah. But I don't have those. So
how would you raise them so that they're not going to be spoiled? Because
super easy.
There's so many parents who obviously have come into a lot of money and they're like, oh, I'm going to give my kids whatever they want.
Nope.
And then they end up overdoing it. Yep. And then the kid just doesn't understand the value of money, and then they end up getting addicted to drugs and doing absolutely fuck all with their life.
No, it's you know what? I believe that I am way too logical to be swayed by love for my children into bad decisions. I feel like the love for my children will make me make the correct decisions. So girls and boys are very different. Girls, one, pick a mom who isn't a hoe. That helps because the woman influences the daughter. So pick a girl who's good. Have kids with her, and by all means, spoil your daughter. Buy her things, take care of her very well. But make it very clear to her that whatever man she's looking at when she's older in life, whatever man she wants to date, whatever man she's going to potentially go to, is the man who takes care of her after I stop taking care of her. So if I have a daughter, well, I do, and she turns 17, and she's like, Dad, I've got this boyfriend. He's a 33-year-old beach guitar player who makes money by playing guitar on the beach in California. I'll say, okay, cool. You love that guy? Good. Bye. give me those car keys, give me those Chanel handbags, give me all that stuff I bought you. That's the guy who you've chosen to take care of you now. Good. Have fun being poor. And if you're happy, you're happy. You know, but you make it very clear that the choices that they make in men are the choices they're making for their future. Boys, it's super easy. I am going to make my sons work. Simple as that. From 3, 4, 5 years old, I'm going to have them boxing, training. I'm not going to buy them nice clothes. If I have a younger son and an older son, it's going to be the same system as me and Andrew had. You know, the clothes and the shoes get passed down, hand-me-downs. I'm not going to buy them anything. I'm going to make it very clear that I am rich and they are poor. And if they want to be rich, they're going to have to go through what I went through. You know, Gordon Ramsay, the TV chef, this is just one example, but he makes his kids fly in economy and flies first class with his wife. Everyone, oh, that's mean. No. My daughters, maybe, can sit in first class with me. My sons are back in economy if I take them anywhere ever, but they're paying for their own plane tickets. I'm just going to be really, really hard on them. And I don't see any other way. I feel like trauma and stress and pressure helps build men into better people. I feel like it destroys women. So I'm going to put that trauma and stress and pressure on my sons. And I know I'm capable of doing that.
Yeah, you got to make your kids work. I remember even when I was, I think I was like 14 or 15, my dad would always make me clean everyone's shoes outside in the freezing cold.
Yeah, good.
With some polish. And then I had to clean my rugby boots and my brother's rugby boots and his hockey shoes as well.
Yeah, good.
Used to mow the lawn. Used to do all these odd jobs around the house. And when I look back, it just felt like absolutely nothing as well. But I was like, yes, got £10.
Exactly. I'll make my sons. I'll go as far as, you know, I've got some extreme examples already in my head. The way I live with my security guards, etc. When my kids are 13, 14, they'll be doing security. No. Tonight, you're not sleeping in this giant house. No, you're working tonight. I'm going to give you £10. I'm going to give you 15 euros, whatever. Here, you stand here. You know, there are full-grown men doing this job, and I respect everyone who works for me. Well, but you want to live in this house and you think you're too good? No. You're going to go and you're working security tonight. If you see anything, press this button. This is your job. Here's your baton. If you see someone attack, if someone comes, you better hit them. Like I'll make them do the jobs that people who work for me do. You know, when they get their driving license, good. I've got a V-Class van now. I don't know what I'm going to be driving in the future. So I don't know, whatever limousine or whatever car I have, good. You're driving me around all day. Oh, well, you want to use the driver, but you think you're too good to be a driver yourself. You know, anyone who works for me, my kids are filling those work roles as well at some point. So,
do you think Dubai is a good place to raise kids?
No, I think it's a good place to raise girls. I don't think it's a good place to raise sons for one reason and one reason only. It's too safe and it's too nice. And I feel like bubble. Yeah, and I feel like the paranoia and the social awareness you need to walk through the world in most places is you wouldn't get it growing up in Dubai. So Dubai's only fault is that it's too good. If the whole world was like Dubai, it would be wonderful. You know, your kids would be free to walk the streets, you know, by themselves at age 6, 7, 8 and come back home after night, like I used to when I was a kid in America. But unfortunately, the world isn't as nice as Dubai. So that's not something wrong with Dubai. I guess you could say it's something wrong with the world. But I don't think I'd raise my sons in Dubai. I'd be happier with them being raised in Eastern Europe, where, you know, they might get into a fight at school, they might get punched in the face. Good. You get punched in the face sometimes. That's what life's about. So I'd be happier with them.